Welcome to the Hall of Fame Club podcast, now with Season 2 flavoring. Still your local source for the 2025 Philly season. And now your hosts, Chris, JV, and Keith.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025. Welcome to the Hall of Fame Club podcast, brought to you by the Broken Bell Network. It's the second half of the season. Now it's time to get serious, boys. Tonight, the guys are going to talk about, or going to review the first half of the season, discuss Kyle's swing-off all-star heroics, talk about the second half, and any possible trade rumors. And maybe more. Who knows? Whatever else we talk about. All tonight on the Broken Bell Network's Hall of Fame Club podcast. Now available on Spotify. Gentlemen, how you doing?
Living the dream. How about yourself?
Can't complain. I'm sure I could, but I really don't care to.
Have you guys successfully recovered from the vacation, like the rides? Did you guys get...
I
Any
just
problems?
got out of the car 10 minutes ago, so.
Jesus. Yeah, man. We were out, dude. You know what's crazy? We stopped for like what should have been like only an hour delay, and it put us behind by 2 hours. Driving through Delaware was pretty rough. Virginia's always rough, but Delaware was pretty rough this year, like just traffic wise. Not good.
Screw Virginia.
I hear you.
And DC. DC was pretty bad.
Yeah, DC was not good either. I do want to, I think, remind everyone, and I want to thank everyone. But JV, you have the kind of like the spot here for this weekend's events that are happening at the Trenton Thunder Ballpark.
Yes, this weekend, this Saturday, which is the 26th, we'll be at the Trenton Thunder Ballpark for a home run derby because Drunk Phil's fans challenged our very own Chris to a swing off and then backed out of it. So now it'll be Chris and Eric having a home run swing off. That'll be between rounds 2 and 3 to see who is going to be the champion of the Broken Bell Network. Currently, our donation amount is at $1,045, so there's still time to donate as well. If you go to, I didn't have the link up here, but we'll post the link up here on the socials again and a few times throughout the show to go and still throw whatever you can. A couple of bucks here and there. It's going to help the Myers family. They are a local
$5.
Yeah,
look,
$5.
$5. Like
so far to help this family.
It would. It doesn't have to be much. If you just want to come out and just spend some money at the venue, even proceeds there go to it. So please think. If you want something to do this weekend, you're like, I'm bored. Come see a home run derby. It's a ton of fun. It's a bunch of people going out there, and they're really hitting some dingers. Then we have our guys going out there making fools of themselves.
We'll be lucky if they get it past the pitcher's mound.
Yeah, I have zero hope for any of our guys. I want a big thank you, huge thank you to Drunk Phil's fans. Okay, a big thank you to Corner Pub Sports. A big thank you to Quit Chasing. They all donated graciously. We do appreciate it. Next time, I hope we get you guys. I'm going to talk trash on you in a minute, but hopefully next year we will get you guys out there. The belt is going to stay within the Broken Bell Network this year. It is going to be a hit-off between Chris and Eric. It's not who's going to win. It's going to be like who doesn't die first. So I think type situation. I'm glad that they are putting you in between right before the championship round, kind of like almost as like a gag relief, a comic bit.
Yeah.
Like Dunking the Clown type shit. It's not going to be good or healthy, but guys, I want to say thank you so much to, and here is the link right there. It's been posted on Facebook. But if you could check out the link, we're just asking for $5 or whatever you can send that can really help. Are you going to do that? Are you going to go up there?
Yes, I haven't decided on the hat, but
You just gotta go.
Durso,
Yeah.
John Durso, who runs the who is the president of Homers for Hope, told me I had to wear the El Luchador mask.
The luchador mask. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm here to chew bubblegum and hit home runs.
Bro, you
and
can barely breathe.
You better bring a
without that
lot of bubblegum. Because
You're like the poster child for sleep apnea.
Yeah. So anyway, just so everybody knows, opening ceremony on Saturday will be at 12 noon, with the festivities kicking off shortly thereafter. Our guys are expected to go on roughly 3 o'clock, give or take a little bit. But yeah, come out and see some of these dudes are gonna hit the. For those that don't know, the Trenton Thunder is a minor league ballpark, so it's even though it's minor league teams, that's still major league distance from the plate to the wall, but the walls are usually higher. So, and these guys are going to clear these walls. So think about it, home runs hitting above the wall in left field at Citizens Bank. Like that's where it's landing, is in those seats. And that's all the way around the stadium. And John was telling us they've had guys put it in the river outside of the stadium, which is ridiculous to hit that kind of a shot with a softball of all things. So should be a good time. We'll be there broadcasting live too.
We will be. I was just about to mention that. Thank you, Jar.
I apologize to the fish. I may or may not hit. Apologies.
Okay.
Are you bringing an aquarium?
Right.
Like one of those little ball aquariums? Like, is that how you're hitting fish?
We will be live. We are going to try. Listen, we've already kind of beta tested it out. We have quite a few camera angles we can get down. I'm hoping to actually be live during the entirety of the event. So not just when our guys are up. I'm going to get there early enough so we can set up in the booth. John, thank you very much for giving us that access to make sure we can kind of get something set up. I do want to ask, Chris, do you how confident are you in this? Like, so it's staying in the Broken Bell Network family. We already kind of know that. Are you coming home with it?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to ask the same question to Eric tomorrow night. I'm not going to show any favoritism, personally, because there's a level of not caring, and I don't believe in either one of you, or a mixture of both of those things. I'm not sure what it is. It doesn't really matter. It's apathy all the way. So, I'm thinking you might win, but it's going to take more out of you if I'm going to be calling it fairly.
Absolutely. I am telling you right now, I am going in there PED'd up. I'm taking the Advils so that I don't feel any pain during it. I'm drinking water. I'm drinking Gatorade. I may drink garage beer if they become a sponsor by then. I am going to be PED'd up. Okay. I might take some speed.
Jay, what are your thoughts on it while we have you tonight?
I think this is going to be like the final score is going to be like a World Cup soccer game. It's going to be one? It's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a 1-0. I think whoever gets it, whoever gets the first point, is probably going to win it.
Oh man.
I'm not even calling home run. I don't know where because I remember John telling us there's like a different point system.
There's a point system. Eric is going first. I am going second.
It's going to be 1-0. I think that's it. Whatever the lowest point value is, I think that's going to be the winner.
Oh God. Oh God. That's not good.
No.
So I just want to point out, I do want to give a shout out to everybody who has donated, who has helped push this through. We are on day 13.
Thank you.
Or 14, whatever it is. And reminder, and I'm not taking it away from anybody else, this and that. Everybody else has been donating since they've been working on this since for 3 or 6 months.
Last season.
Yeah. So, and like I said, they're getting it in, but we're in the top. I'm looking at it now. We're 1, 2, 3, 4. We're 4 out of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So,
Thank you very much
Yeah,
to
thank you,
everyone.
everybody.
This is one of those things where it's like, hey, we're doing a podcast. We don't ever do any sponsoring. I don't think we ever really will. We joke about it all the time. But I don't. But this is like, if this is what we can do, right? If I feel like we can drive interest to something, and that's a really good cause, I think this is what it's about.
Yeah, it's 100% right. Like I said before to you guys, prior to John coming on, that I wanted us to get our feet wet. We have the following now on Facebook with the Philly podcast broadcasting there. The Broken Bell Network is, it's growing, not as fast as the Philly podcast, but the Philly podcast has also been around for 6 years. Broken Bell has only been around for 6 weeks. It feels like. So we're slowly building that up.
I think we're coming up on a year in December
of the Broken Bell.
Of Broken Bell.
Maybe.
I'm almost certain.
I have to go back and look when whatchamacallit went psycho.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're building it. Like I said, we're using the platform of Philly. And kudos to Eric, for letting it go that way, because sometimes you don't want to put baseball out on a football page, but people listen, people tune in, so you have that going for us. And so I was like, well, let's use the power of 77,000 followers and see what we can get. Let's use the power of Instagram. Let's use the power of Twitter. Let's use the power of Facebook. And, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're going to have a bunch of projects coming up when it comes to charity work. I want to do one like we're doing now, and then I want to do one around Christmas time, around Thanksgiving time. But that'll be a conversation. But we're using our power for good right now. We are not the super villains that people think we are.
I mean, my favorite character is Lex Luthor. I won't lie to you. But he's cool. Let's do this, guys. Let's do
little context real quick. The from home plate to the river at Trenton Thunder Stadium is approximately 380 feet. Approximately from the plate to the outfield grass is 175 feet. I'm not sure Chris or Eric's going to hit 170 feet. Just saying. But for those of you that hit a softball 380 feet in the air, and considering how high that wall is, and be able to travel,
they probably have to go about 310 to get to the river, and then they also have to have height. Now the metal bat will help with that, right? That's where they're getting to the river with the metal. If they're doing it with wood, that's insane. That's insane. But the metal, I've seen that. I've seen 400, right? You can definitely do that. I'm sure guys are coming with I'm sure there are guys that will show up with a rolled or a shaved bat. 100%.
And you're gonna see it snap as soon as they hit that hard ball.
Just letting you know it's gonna happen, and I'm there for the laughter and calling it out. It's fine. Is there something happening with the Phillies?
Complete game.
He just threw a complete. Chris Sanchez just threw, which we were just talking about this prior to the show when he was at 90 pitches. Chris Sanchez just threw a beautiful changeup to finish out the game. Complete game. Chris Sanchez, I will say Chris called him the dark horse for Cy Young this year during the pre-show, so I'm giving him that credit. Guys, let's do it. Let's get into the report card for the first half of the year. So we are talking the first prior to the All-Star game break. Let's break it down to starting pitching. What letter grade would you guys give starting pitching to? A to Chris. Jer, what are you giving it?
I'd give it a B plus.
There's a way.
No.
Nope.
There was a few times like with Rangers, couple of starts to start the year off. Nola starts just enough to drop it to a B plus.
So-
Other than that, I mean, I don't think the
We
other
should
guys
all
did
throw
enough
down
to
our
make it.
letters and then go into explanations before we
Okay.
do it, just so you have that, because I'm at an A minus, and I don't want to seem like I was like just split in between you two. I was 100% an A minus. Like there's a lot of great things to talk about. Wheeler, Sanchez, even Ranger, and I know you said he was shaky, but like he's just a highlight to the. But then if we're talking about starting pitching, you can't ignore Nola. You can't ignore the fifth starter rotation shakiness and unreliability. But like you got guys like Chris Sanchez throwing that filthy changeup, dude. Like if he threw that, I would shit myself. Like that thing is it looks like it is going to break your kneecap every time. But because of the shaky 5 spot, I'm going to give them an A minus. Where do you, so you say B plus, you say A. Chris, you take umbrage with him going too low. Is it you think B plus is too low?
I think the starting pitching is everything but an A.
Even I went too low with an A minus with calling out what I said.
You can call an A minus. It should not be a B or a C.
Okay. All right. So
That's fine.
all right, Jay. Listen. I think he's splitting hairs. I think you're a tough grader, and he needs to keep that in mind. Remember the points are made up, and you guys are like your high school teachers. They don't give a fuck about you anyway. Let's go to offense. 1 through 9. What's your grade, JV?
1 through 9. I'm probably gonna stick with the B plus.
Okay. I'm going A. Chris, what are you going with?
I don't. I'm having technical difficulties.
Yeah. You heard him say B plus. You heard him say B plus.
I thought I heard A and B plus.
You heard A.
You fuckers have watched their offense, right? It's a C. C plus.
Okay. I mean, I have why I gave them an A. Do you have a reason why you gave them a C?
Bryson Stott, Max Kepler, JT Realmuto, Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
They were
they're five run game. They're 5+ run differential per game. It's the top 5 in the National League. What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? They're not. You said their offense. They're not
That's
hitting.
their offense. 5 run differential.
It's not them. Other players are hitting. They are not. Now Bryce is hitting.
Kyle, Alec, Trey. I can highlight all of them what they've done so far in the first half of the season to give them that A grade.
Alec Bohm. Who batted 172 from April to May and then bumped his average
statistically
up.
Is at 285. That means he must be hitting an insane 500 right now. Yes. That's 65 RBIs. What a way to catch up, man, in the first half. What a way. That means you're going to get 130 RBIs statistically extrapolated over the season. I'm okay with 130 RBIs from Alec Bohm. I'm not saying he's lighting fires, but we're talking about the first half grade, right?
I'm just wondering, what are you stuck on Fangraphs from 2022? Because Alec Bohm has 42 RBIs.
64-2. Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 42. You're right. Okay, extrapolate that. I'm sorry. You're right. Extrapolate that. That's still him doing above in position.
Yeah, and I get what
I'm sorry.
saying.
Yeah, you're right. I sorted by that.
And listen, Bones batting 278, and we all know,
did it go down to 278?
Yeah, he was my pick for the big season. It just didn't happen, and that just like Nola was going to win 17 games.
I'm not saying he's not a disappointment. I am with you on that, dude. I'm like, don't think I'm like don't talk about my Alec like that. No, dude, I hate his face.
Alec Bohm hitting 17 or more wins. There's a better chance of me doing a line of Coke live on this show than Aaron Nola getting 17 wins. But you asked about the offense. I broke down the offense. Like,
okay, all right.
Alec Bohm was inconsistent. Then he got hot. Max Kepler hasn't been consistent all season long. Bryce Harper hasn't been consistent all season long. The only one who's been consistent was Trey.
What's Harper's home runs on the?
I think he's got 13.
13.
13.
Yeah, it's a little low.
But he was also out.
Yes, it's a little low, and I'll give him that.
You had Trey, and you had what's his name? Trey and Kyle tearing it up. JT has been hitting 300 since June 1st. I know that.
Is that him? 300 since?
Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Dugan from Drunk Phil's fan said that the other day. It was either Drunk Phil's fan or Corner Pub Sports.
Yeah, I would love to see his. I would love to see his JT splits by month, just because.
And he hasn't hit. He hasn't hit a home run since May 2nd.
Yeah.
Trey Turner hasn't hit a home run at Citizens Bank. Last time Trey Turner hit a home run at Citizens Bank Park, Joe Biden was our president. And I'm not making that up. I'm not. I wish I was. But we're going back to the first half of the season, and you want me to. You said the offense. You didn't say individual players. The offense gets a C.
Yeah.
Because if they got a B, they should have a 10-game. If they would have made a made a legitimate offer for Kyle Tucker, they would have a 10-game lead.
I said A. I could see an A minus. I wouldn't see a C though, dude.
No.
I could. So again, the highlights.
We do nothing. But if you look at every other, if you go and you watch the games, and if you watch. Again, I'm plugging the other. If you watch Drunk Phil's fans,
you have to. Don't plug them away. You have to. Like if you do not, we should not be the only podcast you are listening to. There is so much good stuff.
Oh yeah. If you
YouTube
watch Drunk
now.
Phil's fan and you watch Corner Pub, this offense is not good. We're constantly complaining. They pulled Max Kepler the other day for Johan Rojas. That's how bad this offense is.
Okay. So
real quick, Johan came through in the clutch.
I hated that so much. Here are the little hidden gems that I find in our offense that are endearing to me. Okay, Turner, for instance. Take a look at Turner. He leads the NL in hits? Like that to me is okay. That's cool. I know Harper's been out, but he's like tearing up getting on base. You know what I'm saying? Like my man is always getting on base when he needs to. They just feel like a clutch offense where I felt like they were missing that last year, where there was so much. I know you can look at our on base percentage and it's not great, but we watch every game, so it's going to happen a lot and we get annoyed with it. But man, they are stringing together what they're good at, and it is clicking for them, and that's what we got from the first half. So that's why I gave them like an A- grade.
Yeah. And you're saying JT is a 272 career hitter. He hit 262 in April. May was tough, was 205, and then he hit 293 last month. So he's hitting his average. He's at 270 right now.
Hitting above his
so
average.
He's doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
They didn't bring him in to be a 300 hitter hitting at the top of the lineup.
There you
he's
go.
He's a 5, 6, 7 hitter somewhere in that range and handle the pitching. So that's why I said the offense.
He also looks like a monster, doesn't he?
The very bottom of that lineup has been an issue all year long and always has been. The Keplers, the Marsh, Rojas.
You might want to go look that stat up, because the last 20 games of the season, the bottom of the lineup has been, for a minute, was the only one producing.
Yeah, I can't say anything good about the bottom of the lineup.
But you were just ripping on JT for 205 in May.
No, I didn't rip on JT. I said JT's been hitting 300s. I said JT's been hitting.
June, but you're saying he's part of he's not hitting. You were saying before that he was one of the ones that wasn't consistent in hitting. So I don't know, if you're going to use that on JT, why can't you use, you said the last 20 games, that there are 100 games now. What about the other 60, 70, 80 games out of that bottom that hasn't been producing as well? We're all screaming and yelling they need to get rid of Marsh because he can't hit left-handed pitching. Granted, he's been doing that recently, but so your argument putting them at a C is kind of inconsistent, and I think that's what my.
So it was the Phillies' offense.
No,
wait,
I'm sorry, man.
How many wins do they have?
Here we go. You got
how many wins do they have before the playoffs? how many wins, and like you said, the plus differential on the runs, they're in first place. Relax. The offense
32 home runs from Schwarber with 74 RBIs. He's top 5 in home runs in, I think, baseball, or if not, the National. You got Turner, who's hitting 286 with 115 hits, which is got to be the National League leader, with 22 stolen bases. Bryce, who was injured, like I said, with a 380 on base percentage. I know he's not hitting the deep ball. I know he's not doing that. But he's getting on base like a damn machine. There are things to be very excited about the offense, that when they are clicking and they are working.
And they're winning in ways that they haven't done in the past. They used to rely on Harper and Nick and Schwarber's home runs. But now they're starting, and it's been all year.
Yep.
They've been just hitting, like Sosa. It was a godsend at the beginning of this season. He's cooled off and went back to normal Sosa, but he was, driving in these. They won on their last game. The other night, they went on catcher's interference. Are you kidding me? But the fact that they even were able to be in the position for that to happen means the rest of the team was doing a good job with the offense.
Or let's just throw this out there: the Boston pitcher couldn't find the strike zone.
Or
what
that
was the final score
3-2 or 2-1.
Okay.
Or that. He did have a closeout inning before.
I can't sit there and take you guys seriously when you just gave the Philly offense an A, you gave it a B plus.
I gave
A minus. You just bragged A minus and a B plus, and you just bragged about JT hitting 205 in May, then coming up and hitting 293 in June, and where he's
bragging
had
about
now,
him hitting 205.
But you put it up there, and then
he admitted
he's
it.
Where,
right.
But you're saying he's a 270 hitter. But our biggest thing that we always gripe about is, why can't these guys be consistent? Why can't JT bat 260 in May? Schwarber has adjusted and been to where he's at, from batting 200 and 199 and hitting 50 home runs. Why can't JT come up and be a better hitter in June? Why? Or May? Why? Like, you want to sit there and you want to get.
I don't know what you're asking for, to be honest with you, and I don't know if
I want to know. I don't know how you can look at this offense and say, you know what? That's an A minus. You know what? That's a B plus. You know what? Max Kepler? Yeah. Johan Rojas? Yeah. Bryson Stott? Yeah. Brandon Marsh? Yeah. I don't know how you can look at that.
I don't know how you can watch the games and enjoy yourself. I mean, they have they're number 1 in the NL East. I'm very happy with where they're at. I don't know what more. I can't give them a grade lower than an A for being in first place in their division. What you're asking me to do is to penalize them for watching individually them sometimes shit the bed. And that just happens in baseball. But if statistically you're number 1, I don't care how many times you shit the bed, you're still the best at it.
I just think
you're finding ways to win.
Yeah.
And they're not just relying on the home run ball. So that's why I'm saying it's a B plus.
That's what I need a team. That's what I need a team 100% in the playoffs to be able to do. How do you win small ball? You're gonna have to just eke out runs.
More of that lineup does need to be consistent. I will give you that, and that's why I couldn't go to an A.
There we go.
But
look, Philly.
They're
Look at Philly
hitting the ball.
halftime.
They're finding
We're
ways
not
win.
playing small, but we're playing it by mistake. He's not bunting. We're playing it by mistake. We're playing small ball by mistake. Like you said, we won on a catcher's interference for the first time since 1971. A game ended on catcher's interference. We're not playing small ball Philly halftime. We're playing it by mistake.
My dad reminded me he wasn't even married when that happened.
Jesus Christ. I wasn't even in a nutsack.
I know, but he told me he wasn't even married. So
That's wild.
let's move on. I don't want to get into an argument about our report
that's-
cards.
it's not
'cause
an
report cards
argument.
are arbitrary. Now let's move into defense. I feel like if we can just go completely diametrically opposed to offense, how do you feel like they did when they were out in the field? I'll take that one first since you guys have been taking the other ones, and then this way you don't feel like there's any. I gave them a B- for defense.
What would you say is the
I
league
just want your
average?
grade, bro. I don't want questions.
Oh my God, the smoke coming out of his head.
This one's like I don't know. Like they're, I don't know. I'll give them a C.
Okay.
I don't.
Fuzz. This guy's about to give him an F.
Honestly, now we're talking at overall defense.
Yeah, of course. Infield, outfield, everything.
It could be a B. It could easily be a C. If you take JT Realmuto out,
Just don't listen. If you gave a paper to a kid and it said this could be a B, this could be a C, figure it out. Do you think he's cool with that? I need a letter grade from you to stop being such a bitch about it.
B, motherfucker.
Okay, B. So you're the highest here in defense, so I need you to go ahead and defend yourself since you're the one throwing out the largest grade.
JT. JT is a big reason for their defense. He has ended a game on a caught stealing. You know, he's played defensively. You know, well. And you know, he sucked in the beginning of the season, but I feel like Trey Turner has stepped up his game in the past. In the past couple weeks.
Okay.
But he's still like every time I see that throw go, I'm like, he's gonna fucking hit the Fanatic right off. Right off the Phillies dugout.
I think what you're saying is very accurate. I think you've given JT a lot of credit for calling games very well. I'm glad that he is remaining healthy in the role, and that's all great. Let's go to the opposite end of the spectrum, the lowest grade to JV. Why did you give them a C minus?
I just gave them a regular C
A regular C.
But,
I apologize. 75. Why'd you give them a 75?
because I feel like it's just been there. Like it's not terrible. They're not playing terrible. They're not playing bad, but they're not putting gold glovers out there either. In my opinion, I think they're somewhere in that middle, and it's doing enough to win them games. You know, they're not giving the game away with errors, but you're not seeing those super spectacular defensive plays as much either. It's kind of like I said, it's a C because they're not great, they're not terrible, they're just in the middle.
Yeah.
You know, they're just there.
So I gave the if I were to rank it like by parts, that's what I did, and I got my B minus from that. I just averaged out the 3. I did catcher, infield, outfield, because I think those are 3 very distinct areas of defense for baseball. So I averaged those out, and I got a B minus, and I gave the outfield a straight up D. I think I was about to give them an F, but I didn't. There's been some highlights out there. Casty has been fairly sharp. There are times where I wish he would move a little more, but he knows the parks well enough to know what's going to happen. But he has misjudged a few. It's just the rotational. There's no solid left or center fielder that I can really hang a hat on and go, that's my guy. Kepler, has moments, and then he doesn't. Johan is amazing in the outs, but I still gave them a D, just for what they are. And then I gave the infield, I gave JT an A, and then I gave the infield an A minus. So it came out to like a B minus at the end of it.
Only a teacher would actually.
Well, this one was a little weird.
Average that out in their head.
Yeah, this one was just a little weird to me because outfield is just shaky as hell. We all know that. I think we've said that. We knew that going into the season. I don't feel like they're making any moves right now for that. It feels kind of weird that there's nothing has happened there yet. But there we go. Do you guys want to go to bench production? Do you want to talk about the bench? Like a letter grade for the bench? I think there's an issue with depth at bench,
yeah.
but
See, my issue with the bench is that it gets so much rotation in there that it's hard to really separate it from the everydays as its own group of guys.
D.
right, because Marsh,
See where he's
because
saying.
Marsh, right, because he's saying Marsh and Rojas are bench guys, absolutely 100%, and so therefore, yeah, he's talking about their production off the bench is terrible. Their bats are terrible. All right, what do you guys? Let's do management staff.
We forgot about the bullpen.
Oh, I'm not. I'm going to jump back up. I'm going to close it out. I want to see because managers and staffs are kind of super subjective, and I know both of you have coached extensively in baseball. So, what are your thoughts on the managerial and staff overall?
I'm gonna say to get some help. B-.
Okay. I'm gonna say it's an. This is crazy, and I know, coming from me, I'm gonna give them an A. I'm giving Topper an A, so that's that. I know I'm one of his biggest critical opponents here, but that's what I'm gonna stick on. Fuzz, what do you got? Oh shit.
Now, what you're talking about managing? We're not. Talking,
Yep.
Are we talking? We're not talking about coaching staff. We're talking about the managerial side of it.
Yes. So no, I'm not talking about Middleton. I'm not talking about Dombrowski. I'm not talking about those gentlemen. I'm talking
I'm
about.
talking about you talking about the manager, the hitting coach, the hitting coach. the
Yeah,
pitching
top.
coach.
Yeah, your first base, your third base coach, your hitting coach, your pitching coach, your trainers, your topper staff. Yes.
Whatever below a B- is, because I'm not giving them. I'm not
C.
giving them.
Plus.
I'm not giving them. Like their hitting has been inconsistent, so I can't. If we're going to stay on track on how I feel,
Yeah.
I'm not going to get caught up in. Well, they've done such a great job at coaching. If they did a great job at coaching, the offense wouldn't have got a C. It would have got an A or a B.
Right.
So I'm not going to sit there. I know they're in first place. They're in first place because the Mets forgot how to play baseball. Like, let's be realistic. And I'm not taking anything away from the Phillies. One of these two teams, or even the Braves, has to win the division. I don't know. Like, I don't feel confident with this team. We don't know who's gonna win the division. We don't. So
No.
I can't sit there and give the offense a C and then turn around and give the managing an A.
Okay.
I gotta give it a C because I'll give him a B-. Let me rephrase that. I'll give him a B- just because he's gotten a little bit better with handling the starting pitching.
That's Cotham though, right? That's Cotham.
I mean, it's still part of
Yeah, his team. But like that's what I was gonna say. Like some of the highlight, the rotation management has been so good, dude.
It's got to go. So I'll bring it down to a B-, or bring it up to a B-.
Okay.
I'll give them that.
Talk
because,
yourself
like
out
I
of
said,
it. All right.
he has trusted Wheeler to go 7. He has trusted Wheeler to go 8. He trusted Sanchez to go 9 tonight. Sometimes you have to trust your starters.
Yes.
That's what these guys get paid to do. Like, you go into the postseason right now. Your 1, 2, and 3 are Zach, Sanchez, and Ranger. It's not Aaron Nola. It's not Jesus Luzardo. It's not Taijuan Walker. Those are your 3. That would be just my opinion.
That's for your 5-game series you're talking about.
Oh, the way that you guys are talking, they're only going to need 5 to go.
I hear you. I hear you. So I don't know if I you guys. I don't think you care if I justify why I given such a hard time this season. Why I gave him an A, but because I think of that rotation management, and that is a big part. I should give him a lot more respect than I sometimes forget to. I don't sometimes love how he does manage players, but hey, guys like Castellanos, who I actually do like, I know he got into it, and he got a nice little tiff with him, kind of like a couple weeks back. It seemed to be what
you can't be batting 211 and bitching about playing time. I'm sorry, you
Right.
can't.
Right. So, like, I think he did what he needed to do. Casty heard it. I don't know if it makes him want to stay here or leave here. I don't know. It would be a shame to lose him because I think he does bring a lot of momentum to the team. But I understand if that makes him feel like I can't play for Rob anymore. I hope not. I hope it makes him feel like he can, but it is what it is. Bullpen. What you got for bullpen, JV?
D.
For dead on arrival?
Yeah.
Okay. Fuzz, what you got for your bullpen?
D. I can't.
Okay.
I'd rather have Kathy Romano pitching than Jordan Romano.
There, bro. I gave. Let me see what I gave. I don't want to make sure I'm not because I'm succumbing. I gave them a D plus. So here's what the plus was. I gave them the plus was like the shit sandwich or a compliment sandwich where I like your hair. Oh God, your fucking breath stinks. Well, I hope you have a really great day. Like or whatever it is. You say whatever. But I think with Alvarado being suspended for the PEDs and it not completely crumbling, and because there is no true closer, we know this. There wasn't one last year, but when we felt like we actually got one true closer, the plus was it hasn't completely crumbled and they are still effective, but it's so inconsistent. So D minus or D plus.
Yeah.
What
the only thing keeping them from getting an F from me is the fact that the team is 15 games above 500, whatever it is.
I can't legitimately,
Yeah.
right? I can't sit there and give this team an F on things when they're 15 games over 500 in first place. I do have a question for you. What would you grade a Coldplay concert if you were CEO? And that's why I'm the third chair.
Yeah. Just remember, Mama, I'm coming home.
I love how the person thought that they could blend into the poll as if that huge camera spotlight wasn't still on them. All right.
And their assistant hysterical
videos,
laughing.
Yeah. The memes and videos that are out there just are killing me right now. They're hilarious with all that. And the funny thing is, all you had to do was not react.
Or go to Coldplay.
Well, stand there cold-faced and maybe give a little pack because it's supposed to be the kiss cam. Quick little pack, whatever. This thing doesn't go viral. Your significant others don't find out. Nobody even knows who you are.
Somebody was going to see that. Someone worked for their company. Get out of here.
Well, the reaction definitely sped it up because that's what went. That was going to go viral on that reaction no matter what.
Yeah.
Even if he wasn't a CEO, or a billionaire. If it was just John Doe, you see it all the time on the kiss cams. They pop up and they on TikTok, on Facebook Reels, whatever, where people like, oh no, that's my mom, or oh, my sister, those kind of things. Like the comedic reactions pop up all the time and go viral at some point. If you don't react, the ones you don't see are the ones where they don't react. So that's just my 2 cents.
I hear you. I just love the memes and it is. What do you give an overall grade? Do you guys have like a final, like if you were going to give them the grade, what would you say? I know some people are giving lower grades to like management. I know Philly halftime does not like Rob Thompson at all. I'm I do hear you Philly halftime, that it does seem like Rob doesn't. I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Hey, if the Phillies are interested in giving us a bunch of credentials so we can go ahead and come down and just be a bunch of fans who would like to do this from the stadium, we would do this. But no, it's just we can only see what we see from the outside. So it doesn't seem like there's any disgruntledness from the players on Rob's behalf. They still seem to love him, and I can't deny that. It seems like they respect the hell out of him. So at this point, I know you want Rob to be different, but you don't work there. I don't work there, and I think I just came to grips with. If they're in first place, what they're doing right now. If they're eating shit, then we can be like, "Oh, Rob, you suck." But can we say that? I don't think we can.
No, we can't.
No. What's your overall grade? My overall grade's an A-. I think my scoring was pretty straight on where you saw that.
I would probably go A-, B+. Is there like a B+ and a half? Somewhere in there.
Okay. A B check.
Yeah.
That was my B check was actually my high school rap name. Chris, what is your overall grade here? Doesn't have to make sense. Just a reminder, they are first in the NL East with a 57-43 record, with 100 games played through July 22nd. 58-43. I'm sorry, 101 in the books.
They get an 87.
87. So you're giving them a B+. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Listen, I'm not disagreeing with you guys. I don't think I overgraded here. I think I need to respect who's in first place. I know it's just by a half a game or a game at this point, and it's just a snapshot in time. But we've held our ground. We've won some really good series. We lost some series that, we've questioned, and we've been humbled in some series. So we've played baseball is what's happened, and we're in a good spot. Are we playoff bound? Yes. Are we playoff ready? No. So let's talk about that. How do we get playoff ready, boys?
You need another outfielder.
Okay.
And bullpen.
There already was a move this week for a right-handed pitcher. What do you guys think of the deal on?
It's throwing mud against the wall to see if it sticks. It hasn't stuck before, but maybe it'll stick a third time. Who knows?
Well, we didn't go last time. We didn't do it. We didn't do a pitcher. So now we're going for a closer. It's Robertson, right?
Yep, David Robertson.
Yep. So that's a hefty contract. We are picking up a lot of money here, for this deal. Do you think this is the answer? We were all highly critical of the one grade that we all agreed on in the D range was the bullpen. You guys don't think this was the right move?
I think it's too early to tell, to be honest. So you got to see what he turns into, what he does. I'm not holding my breath. The history is there of not working out with this pitcher. So I don't know. I'm not in love with it. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it's one of those ones I'm not holding my breath.
Okay. I'm just saying, if we're looking at...
He didn't have a paper bag?
Okay, so he's not happy with it. Do you guys want to take... It's a prorated deal. I think it's worth $6 million, I want to say I saw. I'm not sure.
It's 5.
Where is it?
It's $5 million?
Yeah, with the prorated. And no, if you would have told me in the beginning of the season if the Phillies would have signed David Robertson to a $16 million contract, I would have told you you're a fucking liar and you need to be drug tested.
Okay. But I'm going to bring it back to you guys. I'm okay with this. So for the longest time, we've been asking for certain roles. David Robertson is a bullpen.
Fuck that farm system. Sorry. Sorry, Keith.
Okay.
Destroy that farm system. I'm sorry.
All right. I'm just telling you I don't know like what you're looking for in terms of like how did you ask a student or whoever to improve themselves and they're going to say, everything else you gave me A's and B's in. I'm okay with that. You all gave me a D in this situation in the bullpen. They go out and get a name who's got a respectable career. I think he's got almost 200 career saves, I think. I mean, I know it's the Kimbrel 2.0 situation. I hear you. But someone's got to work. I mean, for $5 million. I don't think this was a terrible move to shore up a bullpen closer situation.
177 games saved.
Okay, 170. All right, so not quite 200. He's got to have a sub 3 ERA though, right? I mean, career wise.
291.
291. Okay, I think this is a very, very fine move. I don't know what he was doing on the season. I don't know his record was on the season at all prior to this.
He hasn't pitched.
I know he was a free agent. I'm just saying, like, prior to, like, last season. Like, I'm not... he was with the Rangers last year, right?
His one stint with the Phillies. He had 7 appearances, 5.4 ERA.
Yeah.
That was in 2019.
Yeah.
Then
I think he cooked. I think he did cook with the Rangers, though.
No, he didn't.
He was 3. He was +3. 2022, 22 games, a 2.7. Then went to the Mets, had a 205. Then to Miami in 2023, ballooned up to 506. 2024 had a 3.
Okay. I'm not mad about this. I'm just not, and I'm not going to be mad about it. I don't want this to be the end all be all. There has to be, something else going on. So like for the bullpen, that was fine. What would you like guys for offensively? Or what would you change about that bullpen move? What would you have done?
Not sign David Robertson. If you're asking me, I don't think it's a good move. Doesn't make sense.
I mean, I don't really know who's out there, but I'm sure, like, Bednard's having a decent season. There's probably some guys that are having good seasons on crappy teams that could be helpful.
I mean, why not trade a mid-tier minor league player for Aroldis Chapman?
Why are we so hung up on this guy?
Because we're so hung up. Guy. Why is Keith so hung up on David Robertson?
I'm not hung up on him. I'm okay with it.
But I'm saying like he's 37. His contract's probably, his contract this year is 10.75. So he's probably got about $3 million left in his deal. Why can't you trade a bottom tier for this guy? You want to look at compare you don't want to be hung up on Aroldis Chapman, but at least he's played this season. David Robertson hasn't. He's not going to play for this team probably until middle of August, maybe August 1st. So I would rather have him traded for a player who's played all season than sign a 42-year-old guy who hasn't pitched all season. That's just me.
I didn't say I was in love with it. I really didn't. I just said, okay, if you think that's your solution there, what's now your solution to offensive depth or outfield help? That's all.
If you're going to sign David Robertson, Byron Buxton better be on this goddamn fucking team by July 31st. If you're going to go cheap in the bullpen, you have no. I'm tired of seeing Max Kepler hit into the unluckiest outs. And I get it. It's a part of baseball. But, he's still batting 205. No.
I'm with you.
You get,
I know.
Ryan Reynolds from the Pirates. Would that make you happy?
Was Andrew Jones not available?
Okay.
Who from the Pirates?
Ryan Reynolds.
I don't want that dude. That dude's a jerk off. I don't know. I'm just saying.
What do you think?
There's only two guys I want from the Pirates.
Skeens and
O'Neill.
O'Neill. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Let's see, if you're trying to fix a problem, you don't want O'Neill Cruz.
Then fine, give me Paul Skeens. Dude's 3-9 with a 1.2 ERA and 198 strikeouts. He's gonna have the best ERA. He's gonna lose the strikeout thing by like 2 strikeouts, and his ERA is gonna be .90. And he's gonna win like 8 games. That's fucking wild. I don't even want to look up his stats because I'll get mad for him.
Philly halftime says he doesn't think the Phillies are going to make any major moves. There's too many talks of them doing this, and he thinks it's a smokescreen. What do you guys think?
No, I think he's right. I think he's right. I think this is what we're going. We're rolling it back. We're gonna get swept right out of the first round. And Skeens is 5-8 with a 1.91 ERA.
Yeah. I was looking it up the other day, and this, I think, is the second worst ownership group in Pirates history as far as win percentage goes. And the worst was like in the 1800s, early 1900s.
Jesus Christ. Do they drink a lot in Steel City?
4 out of 5 doctors recommend you smoking while pregnant.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I think, here's where I'm going to just say this. I think this is a World Series caliber team. If they do plug a few of these holes, I think the rotation can be elite. I think the offense can be potent, and they know how to tie things together. Like JV said, there's a lot of winning games in weird ways and stringing it together, and that's what baseball's about over 162. I think the vibes are strong. I don't think we're seeing a lot of it. It's not as front-facing. They're not as showboaty. They're not as fun. But I do think they do have each other's backs. I think adding a couple of key pieces. You could probably map out the parade route if they do this right. And I think you guys being down on this talk kind of hurts my feelings because I think this is the best start we've had. I know last year was a better start in baseball. I do know that. I know we had an amazing start. But I think overall, this was a better start last year from game 1 to the All-Star game than what we actually had last year. We were downhill since the London series last year. They were consistent, and they played a really good first half of baseball.
I mean, that is a good argument. I mean, the only parade route you're going to see is this one.
And a lot of that, I
don't see how they don't have an elite quarterback. I don't see how they're going to get another Super Bowl.
Oh my God, I'm fucking fuck you all.
Yeah, I'm just going to point out that I think we are, and you put it up in jest, Chris. I know you did. But I think as a fan base, and I'm saying this to Phillies fans who overlap with Eagles fans, and then sometimes Phillies fans who catch that football fever, and you just saw a parade. I need you to be more patient with baseball because it's going to do what it's going to do anyway. But if you look statistically at it, you can calm yourself down and realize what is really there and be analytical about it. and realize it's a lot of fun too. Like, I don't want anyone giving themselves a stroke over one game. It does suck. It does hurt. It feels bad. But statistically, they're doing really good.
And listen, all they got to do is make the playoffs. So if you look, the Mets right now are the only team that could take over first place from us. They are 2 games up in the wild card for the second wild card spot. So at worst, that's where the Phillies are too. They're 2.5 games above for the wild card spot. So they're in good shape to make the playoffs. And we've seen it throughout sports. You make the playoffs, who knows what's going to happen? Anything could happen from there. So,
yeah, and you can, there are certain teams, like we watched it. The Braves had almost 4 weeks off at the end of a season, and they just ate it flat on their face. So, there are things they need to do to be playoff ready, but they are going to make the playoffs. That is no doubt in my mind. Are they a World Series bound team? That is the question. And there are so many plugs. Like, certain ones you're not going to have to worry about anymore, like the 5th starter uncertainty, which is going to plague almost every team. As you get to the 5th spot, it's slim pickings. It's always going to be sketch. You're always going to have an IL situation. It happens. It's, not everyone stays healthy.
but that's why you have a 5-man rotation nowadays.
Yep.
So that you can
and 100%
that piece in and out and get through
Yep.
what you need to and just survive.
Survive it.
5th man's a survivor guy.
Right. And even Fuzzy mentioned this before. He said this, right? 3-man is what you're worried about during the playoffs. So,
Maybe
if
for the longer series, a 4th one. But even then, because especially now how they have it scheduled and they stretch it out, you can get away with a 3-man again
yeah.
in a 7-game series.
Philly halftime checking in again. My man, appreciate you so much. If we are going to make the playoffs, we have to get a center fielder, and you need a closer. I mean, Robertson is obviously who they believe is going to be that guy. I know that's going to drive some of us a little angry. The outfielder, I'm in agreement with you. I think, and I'll say this again, I feel like I'm a broken record. The Phillies really missed an opportunity with Jazz Chisholm last year. And I'm again not an insider, so I don't know if that had anything to do with Florida just straight up refusing to allow Jazz to go to a division rival, or if they just simply offered more money up in New York. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know that's it. I don't know enough. But he was dirt cheap. When I tell you he was dirt cheap, he was dirt cheap. It was just all money for him. They did not give anything. It was just money. They were like, and we're selling you off, and we're selling you off, and yeah. It was like the Marlins were having a fire sale. Remember, really, kind of like in August or something. So,
Well, the deadline's July 31st.
July. They had a fire sale in July, and then they DFA'd everyone in August.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look, I'm not particularly worried about the rest of the season. I just need to know that they are taking it seriously, like the rest of you guys are saying. Do you have is this the real closer you're running with? Who's your outfielder gonna be? Because it's still shaky. All
right. I mean, I got nothing.
I listen. That was our show was just giving them their grades, and then I think just where do we think they're going? You can, if you want to recap how they're doing statistically, you can always just you can Google that, or you can go to ESPN. We just talk about the game, the team. What did you guys think of so far? We took this Red Sox series. What do you think of that? Does that make you feel good?
Winning series is always good.
Okay.
Yes,
That's
agreed.
the correct answer.
That's the way
100%.
baseball
The
is
answer
agreed.
is yes. Makes you feel great. Tomorrow you can take an L and you're still okay with it. I don't want it, but I'm still okay with it because you took the series. That's how you win the season. You win the series.
Agreed.
Just the way it is. You want to give one more plug for the home run derby, Chris or JV?
Yeah, so again, guys, it's this Saturday, the 26th, opening ceremony at 12 noon at the Trenton Thunder Ballpark over in New Jersey, over in Trenton. It's going to be a good time. Come check everything out, have some fun. It's for a great cause for the Myers family. So Keith put the link up there again. The found out that the donations, it does cut off on Friday night at 6 p.m. on the 25th. So make sure you get your donations in before that. Again, anything you can give will help. $5, $100, $2, whatever. Everything will help this family who, the Myers family. The son, the one, it's Joey, right? I missed it. He got a rare form of cancer, which is cancer in itself is devastating, and then to get the rare forms, the harder ones that they just don't know what to do with yet, really take a toll on the families and how much it hurts them financially with all the traveling, all the doctors, everything like that. So this is to help them out, help them ease that burden a little bit so they can focus on family and focus on getting him healthy. So again, go to that link on your page, on your screen there. It's on all of our pages. Whatever you can do to donate would be awesome. We'd really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll hopefully we'll have some laughs watching Chris and Eric make complete fools of themselves, more so than they do on our podcasts.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah, I was
respective
going to say, if you need any footage of them making fools of themselves, Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights, sometimes Thursdays, they are here to make fools of themselves. I did want to give Fuzzy. Are you talking? I hope.
Is he muted?
Is he muted?
Did you unplug? Because you're not glowing blue.
Oh, I love it.
Your microphone's not.
Oh, I love
not
it.
Blue.
Oh, I love how stupid you are. Oh my god. Yeah, we can hear it now. Oh my god.
Oh, look at the
Okay,
light.
you gotta change it back. It's staticky. Oh. Ah. Change your settings. I just muted him. Yeah, we're all like getting feedback. We apologize for the technical difficulties at this time, while our co-host is a complete moron. Say something.
How do I sound now?
Much better. All right, bud. Why don't you say what you gotta say?
I will be signing autographs from 12:30